All right, guys, what do you think? Is Trump going to get arrested this week?
Actually, breaking news. Donald Trump has just been arrested by the FBI, and from the looks of it, he has also just been executed by the FBI, live on TV.
Right before being executed, Donald Trump has he's truthed on Truth Social. He said, "I would never kill myself." Right before being executed.
And then he re-truthed it.
By a firing squad.
I was actually thinking about moving to Truth Social as a bit. Like how people move to Mastodon, but just because it gets annoying and like it keeps telling you to turn off two-factor and all that shit. Just making my regular account with all the same shit on Truth Social.
That's actually a really good idea, but also like put a cool like gritty socialist edge to it. Like I want to change it from within. I think the site's pretty cool. I think there's a lot of good ideas.
It would have to be completely non-political. I think it would have to be like because they will just ban you if you're leftist. If you like say Trump sucks, Trump's gay with Putin, they will ban you for that. But if you went on there and just said like, I stepped in dog shit and then took my shoe off and then licked the shit off the shoe, and then I threw up the shit into the dog's ass, and then I sucked the dog's dick. Like, would they ban you for that?
My neighbor said that I have to get rid of my dog.
Yeah, and the cops shot my dog. Are the cops justified?
You should join it as like just use like Fatty's picture and just be like, another abscess in my
Avalanche's 1978.
Just posting that every single day. They won't ban you.
He's getting either toes or a leg amputated this week.
Oh god.
They don't know which. They just guess.
39. Well, he said for a while he was driving for Walmart.
Yeah.
For like 2 weeks, but then he couldn't. That was his job. But he couldn't do it because he can't press down on the gas pedal because his toes are infected from diabetes.
Oh, come on.
And even though he has universal health care, that's just been happening for like 8 years.
Okay.
So he can't work.
About him?
That's the only job he can do, and I guess he can't do it now if he doesn't have toes. So.
If he pulled he's one of those guys that keeps the sock on for like 6 days.
Mm-hmm.
To not be reminded of his toes.
Yeah.
And he thinks it's like, oh no, it's like a bandage. Because, he just sits with his feet up when he sleeps. That's so... Think about his hoodie and his hat. Yeah.
Anyway.
It's so fucked up to think about because my grandpa has type 2 diabetes, and he is turning 94 this year, and he has 10 toes.
Yeah.
He's got all 10.
Yeah. The thing with diabetes, like, I have family members that have, like, type 1. They're not blood related, so it's not really a worry, but like they have type 1.
All diabetes is blood related, and then unfortunately.
Yeah.
Just kidding.
And like some older members of my family, like my grandma was like had type 2 when she got into her like late 80s and stuff, and so like it's it's always going to be there, especially as you get older. But like
very common.
They can handle it, like
Yeah, there are ways to manage it.
You just have to. Be careful.
What's a great way to manage
it? You prick your finger, you take the insulin.
Not drinking iced caramel Timmy's drinks like 5 times a week is a great way to start.
But also not smoking constantly because smoking makes it harder for things to heal.
No,
like you're getting...
It protects all the holes in your body.
Not your soul.
I will say, Michael had a prediction. I have a prediction about him, and I think that the best is yet to come. I think he's on the up and up.
All right. Nice.
That's my guess.
I'm with Tom.
I'm putting my money on that. His foot's just gonna heal. It's good.
Okay, here's a question. Take a guy like him, where he's not even 40 yet, and just letting himself kind of rot, just doing nothing. Not to turn this into another big fat guy intense episode that scares people.
Careful, I don't want to scare anybody with my rage.
I'm a little bit scared right now.
Mental health check, please.
Okay, please mental health check.
No,
I was laughing. Okay, fuck it.
1 sec. Wait, what was I saying again? Before that?
Big fat guy episode. You're going to ask us a question.
Fatty. Sorry. We won't even say him. Just we'll say a 39-year-old guy that's very fat with infected toes that used to drive for Kmart.
Okay.
And he wears a Hartford Whalers hat, perhaps. All the time. Yeah. Anyway.
Me in 6 years. All right.
What? Say some sick fucking billionaire like Mr. Beast Bezos, his son, approached a guy like that and is like, you can still turn this around. There's a slight window. You have to change everything, and I will make sure you have like the most insane team of doctors. And if you can turn yourself around and run a marathon, I will give you $1 billion cash.
Ooh.
Do you
have to
think
complete the marathon?
I already know that he couldn't do it, the guy that I had in mind. But man, what an incredible idea that is.
That's what I would do if I was
rich. Very sick one. And whoever
you
thought
would just
of it,
you would need to have so much intervention in his life to get him to do that stuff. The same thing with cooking with Jack, where he's on his 4th stroke. Like 1 stroke for a normal person is like a huge wake-up call. It's like a near-death experience. It's like, oh my God, I got to turn everything around. This is crazy.
It really sucks when it's somebody that is a loved one and it's not a wake-up call for them.
Yeah.
That's the worst. It should be a wake-up call for anybody.
Like Fat, he had one of his nuts rot off because he like scratched his nuts and his fingernails were sharp and it got infected. And that was like 6 years ago.
That can't be real.
There's a clip of it. There's a clip of it.
There's a clip of it? Yeah. The clip is some little nail clippers clipping the little fucking dried out nut off when it's rotting off.
But it's like, how do you have that happen again?
It's like an umbilical cord when it dried out.
How does that happen? How do you have that happen to you and you don't change? It's crazy.
You gotta have
it's crazy.
Chronic body rot.
Nails to scratch your nuts and lose one.
Yeah. Oh my God, dude.
You're a bog
nasty.
His wife has to be the sole breadwinner now because of his diabetes foot, and he's 39, and he's just like, oh well, I don't know.
If you stood next to him at Timmy's, you'd sit there going,
you
taking damage. You step 6 feet away.
He's just muck from Pokemon. Like he's just a big blob of poison.
Say that backwards, by the way.
Well, that's what I leave a puddle of when I see him. When I saw that rotted out nut.
Yeah, there are 2 separate clouds coming off, and one of them is the cigarette smoke. The other one is like a green miasma that comes out of one of his oozing wounds.
Oh yeah, uploading to the cloud. That's so gross, though.
And needless to say, it's good that they don't have a 1-year-old kid right now.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah.
I mean, it's pretty good. Just think about it. Isn't it pretty good that they don't have a 1-year-old kid right now?
Although it would be very interesting.
It would make some great content. Some great live streams.
It would be very sad.
Yeah, it would also be probably still in an incubator. Like, breathe, live. Anyway, that thing I said reminded me of that fucking classic, one of the products of the writer's strike in 2007. A short-lived show from August 6, 2007 to only September 10th, 2007.
Dr. Horrible's sing-along blog.
That's right. No.
The smelly kids at my high school loved that shit.
No, it was Fat March, where they challenged 12 morbidly obese people to take from the starting line of the Boston Marathon to walk over 550 miles for the prize of $1.2 million. Some of them finished.
Didn't they like stab each other in the back and shit too? And they were like encouraging people to quit so they'd get the money and shit.
I'm sure there was some of that. I cannot find actual full episodes of the show.
I seem to remember there's a bunch of drama with that show.
The drama was just that it put a lot of people in danger, sort of, because they were just very unhealthy and ended up walking like 100 miles and almost dying from shin splints.
It's the same as like The Biggest Loser, where they were like having these people like lose like 20 pounds in like a week. And like
if you're like going on 1,200 calorie diets and working out 4 hours a day, and it's
also
like
they immediately they can't maintain that. The second they leave, they start eating like normal because
that's what was cool about
not.
That's what's crazy about Fat March though. Some of those people walked 550 miles at that size, and by the time they got to Washington D.C. from Boston, they were literally half their body weight.
Mm-hmm.
Like what the fuck?
Who's the girl from that? The Biggest Loser? I want to say Gina Michaels, but that's a porn star, isn't it?
Jillian.
Yeah.
Gina Carano, yes.
Gianna
Michaels. She was the one with the big titties.
Yeah, the MILF.
The porn star with the big titties. That was her.
She's the one that's really mean. I don't like her because she's so rude and she spits in people's mouths.
she likes to play. Her favorite video game is Halo. I remember Prospector was obsessed with the.
Did you?
She's a fake gamer girl. She's lying.
Is that one of the porn stars you followed on the FYM account?
I don't remember. Okay. I forgot I did that.
Yeah. I logged in the one time. I logged in the one time.
I don't think he thought he was on the FYM account. I think he thought he was like,
we got hacked.
No, so not Gianna Michaels, but the The one that was on
Jillian.
So she did like a sponsored group class for like when I worked with or worked at Good Life for like the group exercise shit.
Docs.
And she like toured around Canada, and I think she like taught a group class at like one location over the course of, you know, each city or whatever the fuck. And I think my gym was the second place one, so we didn't actually get her in my gym. But apparently she fucking showed up with like a bunch of bodyguards and like hid in her room and interacted with absolutely nobody, like did the class and then fucked right off. Which I guess makes sense, but
yeah,
if you're promoting your shit, I would have at least, you know, taken some photographs.
You know why they stopped airing Biggest Loser in the US, right?
Why?
There was this big dude from Utah that ended up being a fucking murderer and cannibal, and he killed a bunch of his family.
What?
And since he was
you do that.
He only got caught. He was a big fat guy, and he was still hungry, so he ate like 3 more people than he needed to. I'm just kidding. None of that's true. I made all that up. Yeah.
There was a show on VH1 that got canceled because the one guy killed his girlfriend. It was like Megan.
Yeah, that was Megan Once a Millionaire. She was one of the girls from
It was Flavor of Love.
No, it wasn't Flavor of Love. It was the Rock of Love. Yeah.
Flavor Flav killed one of the women on the show.
Yeah, she was like on camera.
He was
Parody.
like, "Oh damn! Oh shit! There's a body over here."
How am I gonna know the time of death? And then he looks at the clock. See, that would be great physical comedy on the Flavor Flav show. If they want to do a reboot on VH1 with 78-year-old Flavor Flav.
Oh god! And they can just have. They don't even need what's her face to come back, Brigitte. They can just call Boston Dad's mom.
Yeah, that's a good point.
Oh, Flavor Flav!
You won't marry me.
Man, I thought you were joking about Flavor Flav's age, but he is 64.
Yeah.
And, like, I don't know what I expected because he was like,
yeah. When's his new album coming out?
Tomorrow.
When's him and Snoop's new album coming out?
Public Enemy was kind of ass.
No, it was just 90s.
Are you talking about the fucking Johnny Depp movie?
No, I would never insult anything with Johnny Depp in it.
Okay, good. I don't want to get I don't want to get a bunch of Italian and Argentinian moms on your case.
Well,
but like, because like any like early rap like that, you have to sort of look at it. I mean, most of it was just like there was fucking nursery
it's like
rhymes.
Listening to rock and roll from the 50s, sort of.
Yeah. Like,
where it's like, ooh, Susie, I love to bop with you. Ooh, rock and roll all night. It's goofy. That's what it is. But
there's a lot of goofy stuff.
But that was the point where it was like Run DMC beats, but they were also political and talking about like Jew stuff that they weren't supposed to be saying.
I'm on their Wikipedia now, just like, you know, going down the Flavor Flav hole, and there's like 5 paragraphs in the anti-Semitism section.
Yeah, they were.
Listen, it was a different time.
I don't support that stuff, but
they might have been influenced by South Park. Keep that in mind.
Yeah,
back in the 80s.
Yeah,
it got Professor Griff kicked out of the band. He said,
hell no.
He said that Jews are responsible for the majority of the wickedness in the world. You can't be saying that. Chuck D is going to have to keep you accountable.
All right, I lied about them losing half their weight, but they lost like 85 pounds, 55 pounds. That's like significant for walking.
That guy who came into the dispensary trying to get me personally to invest in his space strip club came back.
Oh yeah?
Yeah, and he walked in, he's like, ooh, people took all my business cards, which we just immediately threw them all away as soon as he left, because we're not going to hell with those. And then he wasn't even like shopping. And I remember last time I saw him, he asked me if he could cash at me $40, so if I could spot him $40 cash.
Jesus Christ.
No. But so then
this was the crack guy?
Yeah, the crack guy.
The crack distillate guy?
No, that's a different guy. This was the guy who came in who was like
the space weed.
He asked, he's like, you want to grow your weed in space? And I was like, what? He's like, I'm opening up a strip club in space and all this shit. And so he brings his portfolio this time. And of course he has to see a manager, and I see him just in the cameras and just rolling my eyes. So I go, and he's like, I'm not here to buy anything right now, but I just wanted to have you take a look at my portfolio here. Just want to let you know. First and foremost, I'm a family man. And so I open this fucking folder up, and the first 2 pictures are 8.5 and 11 printed out pictures of his wife and kid.
Mm-hmm. How's his wife looking?
She's looking. But there's a kid there too. But then as I kept going, he had like these projections and investment projections, and he had this like grid that showed like, oh, you invest 30 million, you get 20 trillion, and it was literally like it was like a 10 by like a 10 by 10 like column with like all the, or not even all the numbers, just like the first two rows, and at the very bottom where it was like the most, he's like, yeah, and if you invest this much, you can be a quadruple cheerleader or something like stupid like that. But the whole thing was written in hand. Like every single line of the spreadsheet in quotes, he was drawn in hand, and I was like, okay,
he's not a computer guy.
Yeah, that's cool. And then
it's hard.
Like, and then one of them, then it was a picture. He's like, this is what it's gonna look like, and it was just a shitty sketch with a pen that just had like just a weird like looking spaceship thing on a moon or something with craters on it. And I was like, okay, cool. And then at the very end, he's like, oh, flip it over now. He's like, check this part out. He's like, this is where I would talk about the rates with the strippers, and it's like you can have a stripper for $2 million an hour, but if you pay $3 million an hour, you're allowed to make her orgasm, but you're not allowed to have sex with her. And I was like, oh, okay, cool. And he's like, oh, by the way, you can't have that. I have to hold on to that. Yeah. And so then I just like gave it back to him, and he left. And
he's got to make photocopies and go around local businesses.
So yeah, that was. Right before he left, he's like, oh yeah, I can't even really smoke anymore because they tested me. And he pulls up his fucking leg, and he has a fucking ankle monitor on him.
That's not fair.
Well, you can't take that to the moon.
The government is hindering him.
Yeah.
I don't think it's going to be very profitable when we finally invent going to the moon as a consumer thing. I don't think it's going to be that profitable because it would sort of be like taking a 48-hour flight to like Tierra del Fuego or somewhere like that, like the rockiest, coldest place in the world.
Denver.
And it's far away and there's no one there and you can't go outside.
Like that's not really high.
There aren't a ton of people doing that.
I think we're going to have like just 10,000 Derricks all flying and filming themselves and just doing like vlogs where they're all just like, oh wow, guys, we're back on the moon. They got moon beer here and I'm bouncing around.
It'll all be like the guy I retweeted, I retweeted Jesse's tweet yesterday. He's like, is that your face for real? Told me that guy, the NFT guy that's like, think they know I own a punk? And he looks like an ape for real.
Yeah.
That guy is going to be the kind that goes to the moon.
Mm-hmm. And never come back.
To the moon. You get it, guys? To the moon.
Yeah, I got Doge. Coin.
I like that guy is just going around to local businesses. He's going to the weed shop. He's going into Walgreens and being like, listen, we're going to have strippers on the moon if you give me all this money.
It's such an anachronistic way to advertise a business that's futuristic.
Well, yeah. But
like, shouldn't you have like a space age way of getting your stuff out, not just walking into the store and handing him a piece of paper?
Well, that's why he needs money. He needs the money to set up.
He can't get the domain name yet.
No, it's tough. So, Chet, next time he comes in, just do me a favor. And when you go to speak, move your mouth, but never say anything. Just see if he notices. See if he doesn't just continue speaking and like already just knows what he's going to say to you. He's not listening to you. I guarantee if you just started just mouthing at him, he would just be like, oh, yep, totally. Yep, I get what you're saying. Here's what we can do. You know what? We're going to set up a McDonald's on there too. And McDonald's is also going to serve Taco Bell and Burger King. You can get whatever you want.
Yeah.
How about this? Low G space resort or ski resort. I guess it would be a space resort regardless. But you could do like way more flips and stuff.
Oh, that'd be cool. I think it would be better with snowboarding. I feel like there's
gravity to go down a hill on skis, though, don't you?
Well, low G. So it'd be like
slow.
I guess. Yeah, snowboarding would be better because you could jump. Like if you went off a jump, I feel like skis would be. I mean,
if it's a ski resort, you're going to be allowed to snowboard as well. But like, so for this guy's idea, the strippers are going to be in zero G.
Yes.
When you're flicking their bean and getting them off for $3 million.
Yeah.
Huh.
Yeah, no, I mean, I really wish he would have actually had a copy for me to save, so I could have showed this to you guys.
So what? You know what they should
just
do?
Steal the binder.
Here's what they should do.
And then if he complains about it, be like, he's crazy.
Yeah.
Look, he's crazy.
If you want a theme park or like an attraction there, you get the slingshot, right? Mm-hmm. And where it slings you in the air, but this time it lets you go. But it's like,
and you land on the moon.
It's really low G, so you just sort of slowly fall down. You get to spin around. You get to just kind of do flips.
And then you land between an alien stripper's tits.
Yeah. Well, it's
in a space casino.
It's a human stripper. We will not be mixing races. Oh. We'll see the aliens and the humans.
And I just need a local dispensary to invest $10 trillion in it.
Speaking of the paranormal, okay. I think I saw time travelers at the gym on Sunday.
Those were Irish travelers.
No. So there's these two guys working out together, and they were doing like.
It's the guys who go to time and steal everything.
No, I had to like look to see if there were any cameras around because they looked so fucking absurd. Mm-hmm. But okay, so they were both wearing backwards Ed Hardy hats, and they both had sunglasses on, like inside the gym. It was a pretty dark gym. Then they both also had white tank top undershirts with then a black tank top over top of it, black sweatpants, and like white sneakers. Mm-hmm. And it looked like a throwback from like the 2007 like Guido gym spoof videos.
I have 2 questions.
Yeah, I freaking hate Guidos.
Did they look like they could be like Italian looking but not Italian?
I didn't think so. Like we don't get like a ton of that there, but it wasn't like they were super tanned or anything like that.
Just white
the
guys?
Other thing, just white guys like
were
you
they
or
like,
I.
Okay, second question. Mm-hmm. Were they built like fucking fit and tight, or were they like, like I'm a Guido, like juiced?
They were like not in bad shape. Like they clearly had worked out before. Like it wasn't just like
could they run a like 5K today?
Yeah, probably. I saw like they were in like good shape. There was muscles there and stuff. The other thing that was weird is that they had. It looked like those realistic temporary tattoos. Mm-hmm. Like I thought from far away, like they might have just been like scratcher tattoos that were really fresh, but apparently my girlfriend saw that they were like kind of peeling off in spots. So it seemed like it was for like a viral video spoof parody thing. And like all the exercises they were doing were like fast arm exercises with like very sloppy technique. And so like I spent a lot of time like looking around for the camera, but there wasn't anything unless they had like some hidden shit somewhere. So the only explanation is they're time travelers.
Where's Ashton at?
What was their ages?
I mean, mid-20s, late 20s, something like that.
Not like TikTok or like 19-year-old types. Like
no, seemed older than that. Hard to tell because sunglasses, right? But
I'm just wondering if it's like a millennial gay couple that's also like doing. They're that way, sort of ironically. I don't know.
Yeah, maybe it was just like a bit between homies.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
but
that would be funny. Like let's go like D-bags to the gym. And
that'd be a funny idea. Like if you just stumbled upon that shit and not like
like
you put on all your temporary tattoos.
That's funny.
There was that like old fucking workout video where it's like, it was like a Guido goes to the gym viral video. It was like
Dom, what's his face, right?
Yeah, I'm a pop my collar because I'm the fucking man and everyone should know it.
Yeah. That's the guy he was only big on like basically on Facebook. Dom.
I feel like I know who you're talking about.
Yeah, he's my cousin.
Yeah, maybe it's to bait people into filming people at the gym and breaking the rules so they can get them kicked out. Like they bring these guys in, they look like complete douche nozzles.
I never talked about this because I like worked there at the time, but way back in the day, there was this guy who was like clearly he was like slow or whatever. Like I think he had a worker, and he would come into the gym and just like lift weights, obviously with not like good technique or anything. And then he'd like kind of like sit and like pump himself up and like breathe kind of fast and heavy, and then do like like a 65-pound bench press, like kind of wonky or whatever. But he's doing his best, whatever. Fine. And then one day I see this fucking guy being shared just by like on Twitter. And it was like someone had filmed it and sent it to Barstool. and he like popped off with like 100,000 faves or whatever of this like viral like gym workout fail. And I was able to go and like I used to search my gym's geotag on Instagram just to like see what other people were posting or whatever. And I was able to find the video of like him psyching himself up on his phone from like his POV. And like I just couldn't I would obviously never share anything like that. And it was like pretty gross that someone went and did that with Barstool. But it was like really fucking freaky to like see it from both ends. And also just knowing that this guy like continued going on and doing his shit and had no idea that he was like the Barstool freak of the day or whatever. Yeah.
That's like the Chaos Infinity second channel. Where the nephew's wife, I guess, filmed stuff and there's a second angle of the vacations. It's pretty
weird. Cool. Don't tell me this shit.
No, it's not cool at all, actually.
But that's we were watching it on Sunday.
I know we were watching it.
I wasn't there. Don't tell me.
Well, Michael wasn't there, so it's the mom was on the couch making a homemade bed bug repellent.
No
with
spoilers.
Witch hazel.
No spoilers, guys.
We'll watch
There'll be a Patreon video edited of it.
That was fucking awful, man. A homemade bed bug repellent. Like, listen, I get like, bed bugs enough. I know how to do this. You gotta steam
your shit. You can't.
You're gonna just clean your shit. They are not going anywhere where like bed bugs are prevalent. They are not like touring all these crazy places. They are in Ohio, or they go to a cruise in Alaska, or they go to Vegas, or well, that's not true. I would imagine that south of the border has lots of bed bugs at the hotel.
Bro, they're gonna go to Alberta and bring rats.
Better not.
They're gonna go to Ireland and bring snakes and shit.
Fucking,
I hate this.
Pay for him.
It wasn't established that it was a bed bug repellent. It was just a general bug repellent.
The title of the video was bed bug.
It said
motherfucker.
Yeah, no, that's why it was freaking me out.
No, it's actually healthy for them to have bed bugs around because it takes the blood pressure off when they get sucked all night.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, it's like George Washington. They put the leeches on it.
They're taking out the bad cholesterol from it.
Yeah. Thank you, my bloodletting little bed bugs. You do go.
He did die right after that, but it could have been something else.
Yeah,
too.
It was unrelated to the leeches.
Like he could have just randomly had a stroke and it was unrelated to the leeches, so it's hard to say.
Man, because
guy that forgets all of his woke George Washington facts. You know he actually had dinosaur teeth, right?
I kind of empathize a little bit. Because I have so many problems with fungus gnats.
Yeah.
Like, I fucking hate fungus gnats. If you get a house plant and you put it outside and you bring it back in.
Oh, sorry.
Yes.
No, I'm going to pull it out right now and show you it's not a mushroom.
All right.
It's very thin.
Okay.
But if you have any sort of plant that's wet, you get like a plant from the grocery store and you put it in your house and it has...
Perhaps you buy 3 plants from your neighbor for $85.
The little gnats they love... Oh, I mean, that's why I told him not to get the plants. Like, they lay little eggs in the soil and then they eat the roots of the plants and then they fly everywhere and they try to go in the drains and and it's like...
It's a pain in the
ass. You have
ass.
to have every single plant dry at the same time. Mm-hmm. You have to make sure there's nowhere they can get into.
There's nothing more than I love when there's a bug in the house that like flies in your face a little bit and it's tiny.
Yeah. We have that issue.
But those don't bite you. That's the thing. They don't bite you and suck your blood while you're asleep.
And what are you doing? You were actively trying to get rid of them through like proper measures, and they are not like infesting you, and like you can kind of get rid of those. Like you can figure out a way to get rid of them the correct way and be rid of them and not get them again. Their solution to bed bugs is like, hey, I got it. Let me just mix a little bit of water and some distilled water and like vinegar. And
if you got a bug problem, just get a cat.
Let's all just use the same bed.
They have 12.
Yeah. That's the problem.
They're way bigger than bugs. They can take out a bunch in a day. It's fine.
Yeah, it's true. And the cats can take out the rabbits, so they're put out of their misery.
Funny? I just realized Cass Infinity and his mom have already they're like Spider-Man, but they both already got bit by radioactive bed bugs. They're just kind of
they're turning into beds themselves.
They go to the hotel and immediately climb onto the bed and just sprawl out. They're like, this is
turn into bed man.
I can live here.
I'm in Vegas right now, but I can't gamble because I'm a bug.
They really must have brought those bugs in their luggage.
But I sure would love to bite somebody.
Just really like these beds here.
They brought their suitcase to a hotel, and I think the thing was on top of the suitcase, the camera, and the bugs were crawling across the lens, and it must have been bed bugs. I don't think it was big enough to be a cockroach. I think it was bed bugs.
I don't know. So I really don't know.
They're introducing bed bugs into hotels wherever they go.
They are pests. They are spreading.
Walking into their house.
So fucked up, and they're just playing Wii.
They are pestilence incarnate. They are just spreading diseases everywhere.
None of them are doing anything all day. They're just playing Wii.
They are ruining hotel.
They're like doing Skeletor impressions.
Walking into the kitchen, there's just a little gnat swarm over the sink.
Every time they stay at a hotel.
Don't use that sink. We have drain flies. Don't use that sink.
Every time
I don't know how those guys come over to his house when he has a bed bug infestation. I'm not going to someone's house if they have bed bugs.
They made repellent.
Oh, that's true.
Getting yelled at by them because you open the fridge and let a bunch of flies out.
We were waiting for them to die from being cold.
I'm just imagining every time they go to stay at a hotel, like the star goes down by 1. It's like a 3-star hotel, and then you check the next week, it's just a 2-star hotel. They just ruin everything they touch. God.
You drive by the hotel the next week, and there's this condemned sign on it, no cars in the parking lot.
What happened? Oh, this guy and his mom stayed here.
The whole thing's being fumigated.
We had antibiotic-resistant bed bugs somehow.
They're the type of family that has to have their van fumigated for bed bugs.
I heard there's murder bed bugs.
Murder bed bugs.
I've got these Africanized bed bugs.
Africanized is still such a racist term.
Yeah, such a weird term for that. It was just like a random type of honeybee that happened to be from Africa. Like, we're from Africa.
That made so many fucking...
That's
dude,
where Homo sapiens is from.
That was literally so racist. Like, oh, great, thanks. Like, what? What?
You know
who
what?
are you mad at? Say it. Fucking God, man. People are awesome.
Anyways, I think I'm gonna get bed bugs soon.
Just try them out.
Maybe parents beware. Going around TikTok right now, the bed bug challenge. Kids are trying to get the bed bugs and get rid of them as quick as possible. The challenge.
Chaos Infinity and his mom becoming influencers. Everybody's trying to get bed bugs.
Well, no, there's actually a bed bug video popping off on YouTube right now that is about it's like dispelling myths of getting rid of them, blah blah, and it's got like 13 million views in 2 weeks. Not even kidding. If you search how to get rid of bed bugs right now, I'm wondering if Chaos Infinity watched that video and copied just like something wrong.
Well, it was his mom and his cousin's wife, and his mom is sitting in the chair, and his cousin's wife is sitting across the table. And she's just filming her, and occasionally just adds in commentary where his mom is like, all right, now we're adding distilled water, and then 40 seconds later his cousin's wife goes, that's the water that's in bottles.
Oh, hell yeah.
Christ.
They spend so much time doing shit like that, and they will never pick a single thing up off the floor. They will never clean the cat's litter box. They'll never do any of it because they have Wii to play. They have to play Miitopia and make themselves in it.
I'm tired from scratching my feet.
Feet to play with, yeah.
My feet are so tired from me playing with them all the time.
Well, I've been fingering my toes all morning, and I'm very tired. I need to lay down on my bed bugs. My bed.
I love when he makes a video where he's laying down in bed and he's like, guys, so bad news. I'm going to have a 1-day delay on my BattleBots commentary. I hate his BattleBots commentary. He'll put out a 5-minute video 3 weeks after an episode of BattleBots and say, so the killdozer went into the other guy, and the judges said this one won, but then part of the thing fell off.
So fucking stupid, man.
And it gets 2 views. And why are you even watching BattleBots? Why is BattleBots still on? I didn't think that was still on. I remember that from when I was 10.
They made a comeback.
Yeah,
anytime we're gonna be
renaissance.
When I'm gonna miss a morning stream, I'm gonna start being like, "Hey guys," in Discord, some sideways video, shirtless. Hey.
I wanted to do a food review where I was laying on my side doing that, the Josh angle, but I was like, oh, I'm gonna get in trouble. I can't eat food in bed.
So funny.
Well, just title it "No Wives Allowed," and then you're fine.
That's a good point. That's what
All
I
right,
should
let
do.
me bring up my billionaire challenge again. Imagine Chaos Infinity, Josh, same deal, or maybe give him a different one. I don't know. What does he got to do? Fucking win a belt in a UFC division for $1 billion?
Yeah, I don't know. He's not that. Objectively, his life is on paper is okay. He's normal weight, more or less. He's gainfully
he's
employed.
Probably actually like he's actually like 311 pounds.
I think actually that your original challenge of like you have to run a marathon in a year for $1 billion.
It's pretty good.
I think that would be good for him as well because he seems like
huge, but
yeah, but he's like such an unmotivated person, right?
Imagine
that's why I think it would be interesting
if you were just like, eh.
Right?
Okay.
I think that would make it even more because like the first example, I don't know if it's physically possible and like responsible to set it. If you're like a 5K, then yeah, sure. But like it would be reasonable enough that if he trained every day that he could do a marathon.
Him for sure.
Chaos Infinity.
He's not terribly like.
So I would like to see that. I'd like to see how it changes his life. So any billionaire
I think 5K
listeners
for 1 million is more reasonable.
Yeah,
5K for 1 million. That'd actually be fun content.
And would you guys do that? To be honest,
no.
I would try my best.
I would have to switch to walking halfway through. I think.
I would try my best, but like I'm really busy in the mornings with stream and.
Can I drive?
My kid got peanut butter in my shoes. My dog's been licking my shoelaces and fucked it up. All my socks are dirty.
I just want to start working out and get all bulky. Women hate that.
I'll drive 5K for $100,000. What do we meet in the middle somewhere?
Me
That's
thinking
not
I'm
bad.
I just said something that would make Aaron fucking have an aneurysm if he saw someone saying ironically. Yeah, I'm not gonna start working out. I'm gonna get all bulky, and women hate that. If you're all just too fucking big and muscly, they think it's gross.
I saw a really good.
Or when women say that, like you can't lift weights or you'll get gross.
It's like that's like I saw a really funny comeback to that, which is so if I ride my bike, I'm gonna turn into Lance Armstrong. Come on.
Yeah, I mean that's
you're gonna lose a nut.
Yeah,
that's one of the. That has just always been one of the weirdest excuses for me to like not start working out. Like I don't want to do it too well.
Yeah,
I'm just probably gonna be really awesome at it and just like become freakishly gross.
Such an unself-aware thing to say.
Like when I was training, I got that all the time.
And I never get my penis hard because I'm afraid it might be too big. Like what if when it's fully hard, it's way too big and it scares me?
How I would overcome that objection, because I got it a lot, like training, right? Was just saying, like, okay, so like you don't want to look like Schwarzenegger or whatever. Look at every guy out there lifting weights that isn't that size. If it was easy to do that, that's what they'd all look like. It's extremely difficult.
That's the funniest thing, like accidental beefcake.
Yeah, people accidentally look like that all the time.
Oh fuck, man! I was going too hard on this shit. Damn,
it is so funny to think like
30-day free trial at Planet Fitness. You just turn into Arnold.
I look like
those feet are popping out. It's stupid.
You know you don't have the genetics to like be a basketball player. You can't dunk. You can't like do that. But you're like, I think I have the genetics to be like
so awesome,
award-winning power.
No, I can't do. But I can't do pickup hoops because I'm worried I'm going to dunk too good.
If I start playing basketball,
be a big responsibility.
I'm going to be too good at this. And
I feel like they would get mad at me because I was a white guy and I was better than all of them. So they would pull some BLM crap on me.
Oh no, I don't play BLM ball. What do you mean? I gotta go. Fucking like angry ball gym guy.
I haven't watched the NBA since Kaepernick.
Getting kicked out of your gym because you said, "Oh great, it's BLM ball time," and no one knows who you mean.
So confused.
You're just a little racist. Sorry, I'm a cop. My emotions got the best of me. Like, what do you mean? You're just really racist. Yeah.
Making someone take out their headphones so you can say that to them.
That's something Count Frantula would say.
Making another white guy take it off so you can say it and hope he agrees. Hey.
Hey. Fucking BLM ball, right?
Like that.
Huh?
I was looking at Count Frantula's Reddit, and he gets so nasty. Like, he comments on like r/squirting and says like, "I want to drink all those juices."
Ew.
It's like, but then he's posting on other subreddits. He must not know it's public about how like porn needs to be banned. And then on his Twitter, like I looked at the timestamps, and it's like 10 minutes later. He's saying like, bend over and show me those pussy lips. And then he switches tabs and then he's like, OnlyFans whores will be judged in hell by Satan.
I love that.
Fucking sick.
Post not clarity.
Yeah, clarity. Exactly. Well, those guys literally spend 3 hours gooning. And then as soon as they're finally done, they just immediately switch over to the next tab where it's that post. It's like,
it's the thing where it's just the refractory period where they describe it as quitting porn.
Spraining their thumb, closing Safari tabs on their phone.
Well, I can't physically masturbate anymore, so I guess I gotta quit porn for now.
God damn, this fucking sucks. Like,
Alex,
I'm wasting all this time on porn.
All the skin came off.
If I may, F.
whole
Scott
thing.
Fitzgerald said the test of a first-rate intelligence is the ability to hold two opposing ideas in mind at the same time and still retain the ability to function.
Ooh, retain.
I bet your ass is red.
Retain. That's important.
Yeah,
My ass is red like a baboon because I'm in estrus, but that's irrelevant to what we're talking about.
God damn, those guys are cool though. It's
Yeah,
always
they're all my best friends.
it's always a good strat. But I also love
Baboons?
any guys that don't know their behavior like that is public. When like the Twitter likes is my favorite too. Like when like I saw this guy that's like, I am so goddamn sick and tired of a percentage of every dollar I make in this country going to some fucking Ukrainians. We're sending weapons there for no reason. And his, like the rest of his actual tweets that aren't just like that are just replies and likes of like big fucking fat ass Latinas. And he's like, I would get you pregnant 3 times a year.
That's my favorite thing on Twitter that I've been noticing a lot lately is people have like their hate accounts where they like have like no followers and they just use it to like reply mean things to people, and then you scroll back on their page and it was their porno account, and they're replying to porno accounts. Their followers are just like filled with just like hentai and all this shit. It's so funny to see them like be like, damn it, I fucking hate this guy, but I can't say it on my regular account. Let me go on my jack off account and tell Drew how much I hate him.
So cool. Going on your fucking jack off account to be like, why does anyone fucking follow you, motherfucker? We got 80 moots on my regular account, but
I can't tell you that.
I'm free to say and do what I want here. I'm about to cum tribute you little weirdo. Like,
Twitter makes it easy to do that. I think like it shows old guys the tweets. They can't think to click on tweets and replies because it's not the main page. I don't think they know that's there. So they see their page and it's only their tweets that they send out, not adding Maria 0331798 saying, I want to get you pregnant, Brian Linda.
Fuck, man. Brian Linda, the big titted brunette from Moscow.
That's right.
Brian, my Russian babe, I'm ready to fuck you now. I have
Brian
all my
Linda,
money saved up.
She's from Nigeria, but she's white.
But
white.
my favorite one was there was like Ron. It was Ron Jamie, and it was a picture of Sarah J. It was a picture of Sarah J. And you had like
It's short for Rhonda.
guys. And all these people were just like, "Damn, you are beautiful." And the Sarah J. picture was from
Cap.
2009 quality.
You can't
too.
send Sarah J face pics on Discord. They think her nose is a penis.
And like you just had all these guys just like rock hard to her, and it's like, okay, I mean,
That's
no
so
offense
cool.
to her.
You can post
but
a picture
come
of
on.
Jenna Jameson, and there are millions of men who have never seen her before and think it's a new picture.
You post a picture of Jenna Jameson now, it's a bunch of fucking Israeli military guys.
I wanted to talk about porno guys, so I wanted to go find some. So here's one. Here's a name for you. Todd Bliss.
Oh, that's a good one.
Love that one.
Yeah, he replies to porno, like he replies to like porn pictures, and then he also retweets things for free V-Bucks.
Yeah, of course.
I have some Blisses in my family tree. I wish I had that name. That's a sick name to have.
We have a Bliss
Yeah,
too.
Alex Bliss. That would be great.
My great times 4 grandpa on my mom or my dad's side. One of them is named Cyrus Bliss.
Yeah, it's probably related. Probably goes back to Connecticut.
It's a Red Dead name.
Yeah, Cyrus is a great name. We should bring that back.
I had a coworker whose last name was Wooten. One time.
I'm jealous of that. I wish
I
I was
had a
a
phrase.
Yeah, like Victor Wooten. It's too bad he wasn't born in 2002 and he couldn't be a pro Fortnite streamer.
True.
And his name is Victor Wooten.
And you just had to play bass.
That's the
Sucks.
ultimate name.
Victory Royale Wooten. That would be really cool. I found a guy today that I just loved, and I'm gonna go over him a little bit. His name is Sean Talbot. I'm not doxing him with his Twitter name. He's at DJ National Treasure, and his bio says, "I'm an intellectual royal genius." And it's a cloud emoji, brain emoji, spaghetti emoji, breadstick emoji, then wine, champagne, pie, blah blah blah, alien, airplane, more wine, heart, wedding ring. This guy's very Chef Davy boy. His most recent tweet at that time earlier today when I posted was, I went to at Chick-fil-A the other day and ordered a BLT, then a fuckload of emojis again. After that, what's that karate chick? That is our vice president. He couldn't remember Kamala's name, and he called her a karate chick.
Karate.
And then he put a star, shamrock, diamond, earth, man emoji. And then
so cool.
An hour before that, I wanted to go to space, but at Elon Musk said my to-me travel bag had too much hash, blue dream, acid, shrooms, and cocaine to get all the aliens, alien emoji, in space warped out of place, even from Area 51 to my girlfriend's place. He rhymed it. And then right after that was a retweeted picture of his own hand wearing a ring that's a king's crown, but it's a ring.
Mm-hmm.
Can
you get hash? Where do you get hash?
Actually, this is before that. This is all in the same hour. He said, my previous girlfriend said, okay, now it's time for you to meet my family. And I said, do they work out? Because I don't want to see a bunch of wrinkly people. Then it has 5 cool face emojis. Then 5 diamonds. And then right after that, he said, you all know that in reality I could beat you in golf emoji, right? And then 5 man faces. He's like the goated poster, man.
That rocks.
After that, I found another account from him. He has a professional account, as he calls it. And the only 2 tweets from April 15th, 2022, the most recent tweets, it's the tweet he did, then the screenshot of that tweet with the same emojis being like, cool, fire, crown, diamond, earth. And it's, these N-words tried to shit on me, I was left for dead, and they tried to write me out of their history. And he's just so proud of that line.
I was left for dead because they said I was a boomer.
On that same one, he said, you're in the presence of a king. Scratch that, you're in the presence of a god. I was put in the belly of the beast and I escaped, and this N-word never had a job. And then he said, I'm the future, no need to ask. What, you can't see the facts? And then after that, he said, I bet Elon Musk would make a great alchemist. Anyway, you can just tell this guy is like...
True! A guy who pretends to do
magic?
magic?
Of his life. So let me put my favorite tweet that I found, though, in the little chat up here. In the call chat. It's just so cool. His own screenshot of at Paris Hilton. Do you drink beer? Beer emoji, beer emoji, beer emoji. Fucking Rylan tweet. 1:11
I think she has DUIs, man.
Gaithersburg, Maryland.
Beer.
I love that his like fuck around account is the DJ National Treasure. Then his professional account, the only tweets have the N-word in them.
That's so crazy. He's using the N-word.
I have a theory about him though. He looks like he's got something going on in his head because his fingers look stained, that like he hand rolls cigarettes and chain smokes all fucking day.
I can believe that.
So I'm pretty sure he's just like another Chef Davy boy type that's a little woo.
Mm-hmm.
But you know what? Shout out to Sean Talbot, DJ National Treasure. You are the tweeter of the week.
Man,
You're
he
awesome.
retweeted Obama's Seder tweet.
I can't get over the Paris Hilton. Do you drink beer?
Do you drink beer?
Do you drink beer?
Rylan
She's kind of a bitch for not responding.
That's such a cool thing to screenshot like all of your ads you make and be like, check this shit out. It's like quote tweeting yourself immediately and be like, yup.
Yeah, it's like people used to they used to at KFC but put a dot in front of it so people could see their like weird Twitter stuff. Like, I saw Skrillex there and their wasps there were there.
Oh fuck, man!
Look at this one.
Do you drink
Paris
beer?
Hilton will probably end up playing bridge when she is older. And that's 4 money emojis and then 5 crown emojis.
He has this old tweet that said, all my golf friends are the real men in black. Do I look fucking scared?
He retweets Tom Fitton and Cat Turd and Jeff Tiedrick.
Yep.
Oh, okay.
Wow.
And Obama.
He's playing
and
both
Andy
sides.
Richter.
Bipartisan.
This is so weird. And Bill Clinton.
I found like another guy that's similarly confusing. He like replies to like porn stuff and whatever, but he also like retweets Dan Benino and shit. But then also he's woke. So he's replying to Laura, who is herself replying to Ed Zitron saying that she went through a cowboy hat phase, low effort for maximum fun. And this dude says, I was raised riding horses doing farm chores. However, I'm not a cowboy by any means. You know, back in the Old West, no one knew their rights, and the ones that knew their rights were often leftist. It's just funny to think about leftists in the Old West. And then another girl just posted a photo saying, like, I'm a tease. And he's like, tease, 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 learn to please. And then 3 days later replies to his own tweet. No matter how much or far a woman teases or leads you on, if she says no, back off. Just wanted to make it clear so no one thinks otherwise of me.
Yeah, this guy's awesome.
Yeah, that's what's up.
So funny, though.
And he's a veteran.
That guy, I bet they'd be calling him Calvays these days.
I need the I need that crown ring.
Oh my god. I know in the last episode I mentioned the fucking Seth Romatelli going over Roseanne's Fox News Nation app, whatever.
Mhm.
Jesus Christ, man. I didn't get to the part where because he wrote everything down. When he gets to the part where she goes, and these Me Too whores, and the crowd goes fucking nuts. These Me Too whores, they're pissing me off. What does that even mean? And Jonathan just starts giggling, laughing. He's like, what the fuck? And Seth goes, rape him again. It's so funny. Like, these Me Too whores. Roseanne's such an evil bitch, man.
Yeah, she is.
It's so weird. Like,
Jesus Christ.
There isn't really a conservative angle to that. Like, I don't know what you do with that, because they want to pinch it on Bill Clinton. They want to pinch it on Harvey Weinstein. Like, those are W's for them. They want to say, like, Hollywood rapes kids. Look at all these producers, these triple parentheses producers who rape kids and stuff. So,
bro, the funniest thing is she fucking almost closed the show with I'll never go on a date with Bill Cosby again. My butt hurt after that. Like, awesome joke, fucking internet Luke. What the hell?
he didn't fuck women in the ass, I don't think.
But like, also, you were just talking about
I don't think that was part of Bill
You're talking
Cosby.
about Me Too horrors 20 minutes ago. Then you end with a Bill Cosby rape joke. But then Seth and Ja were like, "Oh, that makes sense. He's black. I can get away with this." Like, being in her head. Well, should I say now? Oh, I can do Cosby. They won't like him. So funny. Her special called "Cancel This," and I'm the wokey reading. I guess she got me.
We are the wokies who re.
Yep.
Well,
Hell hath no fury like a wokey
not
rees.
me. I'm not wokey.
Can we rename our podcast Woke Reers?
Woke reers.
The Reading Wokies. Right. It'd be so annoying. We like the fucking McElroys up on a fucking arena board. Oh, tonight the Reading Wokies. They'd be like, "Oh, I hate them. Blue hair. Gay."
We all just have like dyed beards.
We're gonna make Alex have green beard and blue hair all the time now. He's more of a tech guy.
Oh no. No, you have to be Travis.
He goes, "Oh no."
Speaking of brothers, the Voros twins, the Da Vinci twins.
Da Vinci?
Da Vinci? They posted a picture on Instagram of their father who died a few years ago, and he had a bowl cut.
Well,
I was really hoping that he had the same haircut.
No, but think about it. That's just if his hair was up. If their hair got wet, they would have the exact same haircut.
Oh my goodness.
When they take a shower and wash their hair, that's what they look like.
I also love to imagine John Fetterman with the Voros twins' hair. Like, just think about it. It would be very funny. Fetterman?
Fuck. That's so
He's
cool.
their dad.
No, actually, I have I'm not going to find it right now. Oh, but it's the picture I use when I'm streaming Classic WoW to cover up the chat in case anyone's being nasty, like in these random stranger guilds in the hardcore world. And the picture I use is the Voros twins with Jay Leno between them, and he looks exhausted as fuck, and he looks like their dad in that picture. Did Jay?
Just done raising my boys, tired.
Yep.
Didn't Jay Leno get burned by an exploding car?
Yeah, he looks really good, though. He just had his first public
it-
appearance like 2 weeks ago, and he looked very fucking good.
He almost died.
Let's see him. Let's see Jay.
It's almost like he has $1 billion to keep himself looking normal. It's like, oh yeah,
Jay Leno speaks out.
He probably already had a ton of work done anyway, so he was fine. They're like, yeah, you're not going to be scarring because that side of your face was fake already. All the filler saved you.
He looks normal.
Yeah,
I think he's lying. I don't think he got burned at all.
No, but do you know the fucked up thing about that? He went through the burn thing, and then months later, when he was already recovered from that, he's riding his motorcycle on the beach, and someone had a trip wire up because they were sick of people riding bikes across what they think is their property, even though no one owns the beach.
Yeah.
And he fucking got wiped out by that and flipped over again and like broke some shit.
Damn.
That was 2 separate accidents.
Can't rich guys just chill in their house?
Wanna know how
Isn't
I got
that
these
hard
cars?
to just chill in your house?
That was what Jay Leno you say. Wanna know how I got these cars? But now you can say scars.
Jared Leno.
Jared Leno. Yep. Why so serious, Conan?
They're always getting injured on shit, and it's not even that fun.
True.
Riding a dirt bike or having 12,000 cars that blow up.
They don't all blow up. Well, some of them blow up.
I think that'd be. I like the idea of having cool cars.
I like the idea of having cool car. Like someday I'm gonna have an annoying little rare car that everyone will hate me for because they'll be jealous, and I'm not sure what it'll be, but it'll be something just really annoying.
Yeah,
I saw a mint DeLorean for sale today that someone just found in a barn.
Oh shit!
It's been meticulously cared for years. I mean, they call it barn finds, but it just means it's not for. It's been one owner for 30 years and nobody's.
I used to enjoy
wasn't
that
on
video
cinder blocks
when I used to work for Haggerty. I'm allowed to say it now because I don't work there anymore. But yeah,
Merle.
But what was I saying? Yeah, I like those the barn find videos because I don't know. It's a lot easier to digest than like the ones where they buy all the shit in the storage lockers because it's just one thing to look at and then it's like all right, we're out of here. Whereas the storage locker thing, I feel like.
Do you want to know what blew my mind, Chet?
What?
You know that I love Bring a Trailer. I go through that site pretty much every day and look at those old cars. Someone the other day was selling an original Ford 500, the pickup truck, like the 1960 something one. That's already sick, but that's like they have an electric version of that now. That's insanely expensive and like hard to get made because they only make so many. Blah blah blah. Bring a Trailer though, it makes sense because when you think about how many cars they sell and shit. I forget what the number was. Last year they cleared something like 7 or 17 billion in sales.
Oh, it's
that's fucking crazy.
It's so depressing.
of the electric version of that.
No, not the cars. Just Bring a Trailer, like all the cars on that site.
Oh, okay.
That's nuts though for like classic car volume. Just
it's crazy how much money
they do sell some very expensive
have.
shit. Don't get me wrong.
Yeah.
I also love if you do from Bring a Trailer, then just search random car models like Saturn View. You can find some really wild shit. Like, why are you buying this for 26 grand, you weirdo? Like, I'm pretty sure I've seen Honda Elements go for a lot on there too, but I mean, those have been made for 11 years now, and people do love them.
This looks like the Ford Taurus that my mom had.
My aunt had an Element the year they came out, and I'm pretty sure she still has like the last year they made it version.
My high school friend got an Element, and he was the rich one whose like parents lived somewhere else, so he was just alone, and he installed the worst bass system of all time in it, and so when you're sitting in there, it was just like and he
was listening to.
I love when people do that without knowing what they're doing.
DJ Unk at the time, I believe. So this was like 2007, 2008, just shit like that.
DJ
Carter 3?
Young Jock.
It was a little.
Was he playing Lollipop?
Not yet.
Sometimes.
It was not yet.
No, yeah, I was gonna say.
No,
Carter 3
you were listening to Lean With It, Rock With It.
Yes, Lean With It, Rock With It. God, what else? Just a whole bunch of shit. But you weren't actually listening to that song. You were listening to the. You're just going deaf.
It's like hearing it through a wall.
Yeah, and like sitting in the back.
cool.
If you were in the passenger seat, it wasn't as bad. But if you were in the back seat, like you just couldn't hear anything. And like you get out of the car, and it felt like dizzy. Like you start walking, like, oh shit, yeah. Like,
you know what's the most insane shit?
Regain my bearings.
You know what's the most insane shit was getting into my aunt's Element. We were actually going to see Michael Waltrip do like a truck race out in Western Michigan. It wasn't like a NASCAR race, but it was just some track out in Grand Rapids. And it was our first time in the Element. And to my surprise, when I looked down in the middle of the back of the console was a plug. Because it was 2003, so no one had their USBs and shit yet. We just had a regular plug, like your charger. And there's a regular DC outlet like that. Just whoop.
Like a wall charger,
and I was like, "Oh my god!
Yeah,
I can fucking plug my Game Boy in the road trip car." Like Honda Elements were actually one of the best road trip cars that I've ever been in. So good. But
it's awesome when a car is an actual outlet. You don't need an adapter.
There was a nice stretch of cars I feel like where they did that before the USBs took over again.
Yeah, once USBs came in, I think
it makes sense.
Yeah,
way more functional, but
I have to do a thing on my car where I have like a USB thing that takes out the data line before I can charge my phone. It's like an adapter because if I plug it in, it automatically switches to it as an audio source. So even if I'm like, if I have two different phones or like my wife's phone is attached to it, so I don't want it to know it's a phone. I just want it to charge. I think you can
get over that if you get just one of the adapters, like so you can get one that makes it like a splitter, and then plug it in through that. I think it like.
Yeah, that's what I got. I've got it came in a 2-pack. It's just a.
Oh, it was Biggie there? Just kidding.
No, they were rivals.
Oh,
they were rivals.
Sorry, taped.
They wouldn't have.
It was on
They
tape.
wouldn't have just hung out.
What?
That wouldn't have made sense,
dude. My childhood's a lie. Guy that doesn't know anything, but he just knows about stuff from like when he was a kid.
They had a feud.
Oh, so stupid. Fuck. In my head, Tupac and Biggie died the same night in a firefight against each other. It's surprising more
They
people
had a
didn't talk
duel
about
in a
that.
parking lot.
They shot each other at the same time. Just goes to show they're equally as skilled.
Can't pick a favorite.
Man, you could probably convince somebody of that.
Well, Tupac was at an advantage because Biggie is hard to miss.
Yeah, well, I guess that makes
it's a larger target.
Which is ironic because we all miss him.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
You know?
R.I.P.
And
he was ready to die, but we were ready to miss him.
That's right. Some people said he was too big to fail.
That's what Puff Daddy's first album with that I'll Be Missing You. It should have been called Ready to Miss Him.
Stupid. It should have been called I Wish Tupac Didn't Shoot You in the Duel. So stupid. That's where N64 got the idea for DualShock controllers, because the Dual shocked the world.
Yeah, it was the duel that shocked the world.
Yeah,
like Hamilton and Aaron Burr.
Thank you for listening.
Someone should make a rap musical about Tupac and Biggie.
Charity stream this weekend.
That's right.
Yep.
Gamers for
Gamers Delight.
Gamers Delight. No, it's not Gamers Delight.
The organization's called Gamers Outreach. The event is called Gamers for Giving. Clear things up and that.
And
what time is it at?
And we are
It
forgiving.
is-
And the
it
mood
is-
is Gamers Delight.
Who's gonna be there?
Starting at 10 a.m. Eastern. We got Nate's coming on, and Drew and Tom will be here, and then
Go off,
Don't
Kings.
sound so
Will
excited,
Lineker.
man.
Tom Walker.
I'm really
Nate
high
and
right
Nick
now.
Diaz, Tom McDonald.
Katie Trope.
It's Will's gonna be there. He's gonna help me get my fire cape and RuneScape.
Nice.
I'm
Keffels.
downloaded a bunch of cool ass fucking Halo mini games to play with the Go Off Kings and Will. Laura Lux and her boyfriend
Braden
Braden
Bucks.
are coming on. Braden Bucks.
That made me laugh so fucking
Yeah,
hard. I
good
know we're
one.
wrapping up, but like I chuckled at it, and then to read that you asked permission to write Braden Bucks fucking killed me.
You asked permission.
I don't know.
Yeah, I didn't ask permission to say Nate Ruiz and Drew
It was
Drewis.
really funny. It's like whenever Laura posts like a party picture with like one of her clearly fucking gay LA friends, and I reply, "What happened to Braden?" With that
One of the ones that sent
It's
his,
like
he
fucking
sent a
most
picture of his butt to Cole Campbell.
Yeah, one of the most flamboyant gay men ever, just like licking her face. I'm like, dude, what happened to our boy? What the hell? So quick.
Oh, I liked him, man.
There's fucking no self-awareness. If you need to talk to somebody.
So are you going through this?
Go to our Patreon too, please. We never talk about it on the pod. Well, not the Patreon, but we do. Like, how many upload videos do you do of band stuff? Stuff too saucy for YouTube, Alex.
A lot.
I try to do a couple a week, like editing stuff down that would be too rude or like has too much copyrighted stuff in it, but is still people want to watch it, like the Sunday highlights.
Mm-hmm.
Sweet.
So that's also on the Patreon. There's a huge backlog of those.
Yep. And check it
Go
out.
there.
Plus
Or
the
else.
like the 2-hour movie I put together of the Fatty Saga.
Oh God, perfect.
I was
All
watching
right.
some of that.
Thanks for hanging out.